I did write that down. Yay. I was so worried that I hadn't, and I couldn't find where I wrote it down. So I was like, I know I did.
I have my current problem as a GM is not writing down the names of NPCs.
That's what I was worried about. Yeah.
So I've had several NPCs whose names have changed session to session.
That's awesome.
I've done the exact same thing.
And then I get sick of it and I write it on a little note, like a sticky note.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I lose the sticky note.
You need a different note keeping system.
Oh yeah, I do, but
Hang on, I'm gonna go. No, I'll be right
Whoops, we rolled a 1 on our authentication.
I will not be taking a shot on a 1 this night.
Are you sure? It's not Fireball this time.
As fun as that sounds, I have to go to work after this.
Yeah, right. I work tomorrow morning, so I'll see you
Oh, nice.
at 6:30 tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I won't see either of you tomorrow.
Oh, good. I'm proud of you.
But I'm also working.
You'll be at a different hotel.
Oh, did I tell you? So I asked you if you were working at Petco, right? Because
That's where the pets go.
Yeah, and it occurred to me, whatever, 2 days ago, yesterday. So I got asked to work the Bad Bunny concerts that are in a couple weeks. I had entirely mixed up Bad Bunny and Doja Cat.
Those are two very
Bad
different
Bunny is
people.
like a Mexican rapper.
Yup.
I just know it's a semi-big name and it sounds cool. And
Yeah, and I was
it's
like,
working
wow, this was
like a
not
mark.
my best moment here.
Bad
I don't
Bunny.
even know who Doja Cat is, so...
Bad Bunny is also a
Ginger.
decent professional
Oh
wrestler.
yeah, that's what I was looking
He
for.
was a guest dude on WWE and had a feud with The Miz, and we were like, oh, this
Did
again,
not
where
know that.
where they bring in celebrities. That's dumb.
Did not know that.
And then he was actually good.
Yeah, I know, but you can deal with it because my shorts keep going way too far up.
Alrighty, and we'll bring in Travis when the time.
Yeah, my
is
laptop's
right.
here. It was completely dead, so we may have to manage that later. But we'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
For half a second, I thought it was facing a way that he wouldn't see us, and then I realized that it wasn't facing that way.
He may not be able to see that one, but we'll figure it out. It'll be
Context.
fine. Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
All right.
We'll handle
Is it doing the thing already?
it. What
That one
thing?
doing the
Yep.
thing? Okay. Now the whole world will know that I mixed up Bad Bunny and Doja Cat.
Yes.
That's the whole world.
The whole world that watches our streams. All right.
They're also going to see me twerking behind you,
Thank you.
which I did right as I walked behind you. I don't know if anyone else saw.
I did not
I
see
didn't
it.
actually.
No.
You did? Or?
No.
That's
Not
awesome.
paying attention.
That's awesome. All right. So, last we left off, our lovely group of adventurers managed to take down the Deva that was tormenting the little community of Aarakocra and Kenku that you have encountered and now befriended. You last had entered their little cave where they seemed to be living. They gave you a few good berries to have, which I didn't write down how many everybody got, so I hope you did. But
I think I ate mine immediately.
I think you,
so.
yeah,
I
you
have
ate
2.
yours. I think, Jessica, I think you gave yours
I think
to...
I gave mine away.
Yeah, I think you ate yours, you gave yours to Hunter. I don't know what you did.
I
You
have
your
2
twos.
good
I think you
berries,
gave
smiley
one to
face.
Hunter and
Yeah.
kept your other 2, and he ate his. We'll come back to that
Smiley face.
if we need it. But,
Apparently, I have 1 spell slot left, though.
oh, okay.
Yikes.
She also can hit things. It's okay.
that's
I'm
good.
a
That's
ranger.
good.
I don't. It's not like I have a lot to begin with.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
to start with.
Yep. Awesome. But yeah, so the last that we left off, you guys were sort of chatting with your new Aarakocra friends. You were at the center of the maze, and were just sort of getting a bearing on where you were and what was going on. Was there anything that you wanted to do before we, sort of get rolling with the next stage of things?
I mean, if taking a rest is, in the cards in the next bit, that's probably a good idea, because if I remember correctly, I still have damage on me, and I think Hunter is still leaking, so, yeah.
I think you are remembering correctly. I won't get any benefit from a short rest, but I'm not opposed to taking one for it if you guys need it. We could also ask our Aarakocra buddies if there's a nearby fireplace that gives us a long rest on a short rest.
Yeah, right.
Oh, or we could just go back to the
We could
one
also
that we
go
were
back.
at.
Unless,
It's not like we ran a lot. We ran into problems
yeah,
from there to here. I don't think it took us long to get there either.
no. And we'd remember how to get back there.
Mhm.
Just reverse off that. So.
Well, let's see what these Kenku or these Aarakocra Army mateys. There be Aarakocra in the sky. Let's see what they're about here first before we do anything else.
Yeah, so as you guys are sort of regrouping after I just noticed that you have a pumpkin drawn in your name.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Yeah, I was doodling last time.
I love that. But yeah, so as you guys are sort of regrouping after your fight, you've sat down a little bit, and the other Aarakocra are sort of bustling around you, and the two who helped you fight actually sort of come up and sit with you, and they start talking to you about their community. They start pointing out, like, oh, hey, that's my kid. Like, look how big he's gotten. Thank you so much for saving us. You've kept us, from being completely obliterated by this imposter.
I'm so glad we didn't
are.
accidentally murder him.
I really wonder what happened to Dave. But
There was never a Dave. There is no more Dave.
but as they settle down out of their battle excitement and they start looking around, and one of them looks at Rango and they say, we could really use a little bit more help if you guys are willing to stick around for a little bit longer. That we have one more problem that we haven't quite figured out how to solve yet. That
Before I sign my fellow party members up for anything dangerous, I want to know two things. Where's the closest place we could get a nice long rest, and what are we getting ourselves into?
alright. Long rest. I believe you mean asleep, which, this is our home. You are welcome to sleep here. You've helped us fight. You have all the hospitality we can offer. I don't know if we have much more to offer in terms of healing or any sort of equipment, but if there's, nice comfortable places to sleep, if that's something you'd be interested in. As far as what you're getting yourselves into, did you see the big monument out front that on the wall out in front? And I think you noticed it when you came into the room or into the arena the last time. That on the wall in front of the cave entrance there was a space where it looked like there had been a cross.
Oh, it
And
wasn't me.
It was,
But
one
I do
of you
remember
did.
it being noted.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember it being talked about.
Yeah.
There was a cross on the cave.
Maybe I think it actually might have been you because
It
you
might have
poked your
been.
head in first. But either way,
I don't think my perception was high enough.
This guy doesn't remember, but this guy does.
but yeah, so you would have remembered that on that wall there was a place where the stone was a little bit more worn away around a place where a cross may have been.
Okay.
And so you saw the place where the monument was out front. This imposter, as a part of whatever destruction they were trying to impart on us, tore apart our monument and took its pieces to places we don't know. I believe he only split it into two. There may be more when he left, but we saw him split it in half, and that was the beginning of the end, so to say. That we realized he was not one of us and not a friend of ours. And we would like to restore that monument if you're willing to help us. We are not large nor particularly strong.
Yes, birds are weak.
Do you have a way to know where the pieces are? Otherwise, we may be as useless as you are. Not to say you're useless, but like, if we don't know where to look, we can't really help.
Luckily, we do. And he reaches into his cloak and pulls out a necklace, much like the one that you have around your hand, Crow. And he says, these are our homing devices, so to say. That way, they let us know when we are close to our gods. These keep us safe because they always point us toward home.
Apparently we should not have killed the birds.
You're like, they keep us safe, and I'm like, no, they don't.
Just keep digging the stake into his heart.
But these are enchanted with a magic that keeps us warm when we are close to home. And so we are able to at least have a general idea of where the pieces are. And he, sort of holds his amulet out and looks very sad and says, it's not warm like it should be when we are home. So I don't know if we know where to start, but
I assume we've been trekking through this maze and we've done a fair bit of exploration. I don't know if it's been the entirety. Are there more sections to this maze?
What do you mean?
Well, unless there is another path, we've gone and followed.
It seems like we've gone through most of the maze, which means there's not much left to look unless there's another maze after we finish the maze.
You said maze a lot.
I did.
Like corn.
Yeah.
Not sure what corn is, but
The birds know what corn is.
Inside.
roll your insight check.
Natural 20.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Oh wow, it is.
Corn does not exist in this world.
24. No.
Genuinely, he's not sure what you're talking about.
Then they're not real birds.
So,
But
I disclosed that we've tracked, there were a couple paths that we have not gone down, and I mentioned to the left of or I guess if we're facing out, it's to the right. I mentioned that one, and then one on the outer, what we feel is the outer ring. Those are the ones we haven't gone down. Is there more to it? We would have discovered it by now. More to your home.
Well, I have not been with you, so of course I don't know where you've been. But this is about as much as we know. There is within our cave. There may be more. We haven't ventured much farther back down into the darkness past where we are.
So it's a big cave.
It is a very large cave.
So
it is enough to be. It is a large enough cave to be like a small town, like a small camp.
Okay, I kind
probably-
of just assumed it was a small one. That's my bad from the imagery.
Sorry, no.
Okay.
So it was a small entrance, but the inside is quite large. That it's
Okay.
it's pretty much a small encampment within there. There is a section behind you that you can't see into, that there's sort of, it curves around, or you can't quite see what lies past there. But they don't seem concerned that there's danger there. They don't have any interest in going that direction, it seems.
Okay.
But
how warm does your amulet get when you're close to home? And isn't this home, so shouldn't it be warm?
see, that's what we thought. That we thought it would be. We thought it was to here, because this is how we found it with our monument on the wall. But they really do. They get quite hot when we're here. It's why we thought it was so special that we approached this place. We found these. We did not make these. They were. We found them, and so we found that they were quite special because, or we thought this place was quite special because they were warm. They were almost hot to the touch, but not uncomfortable. But it was. You know it. This is not it.
Okay, good to know. Just curious.
But
Definitely
Travis,
giving.
Yeah, Travis.
Definitely giving you some side eye,
Time
Crow.
Time out.
Time out.
Travis will
This
join
is-
us.
This is literally the look I'm giving Crow
Zephyr's
right now.
gamer zone.
If I had eyeballs, I'd be doing this.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
Did it
God.
just die?
No, it was dead. Oh, I was uh-ohing at the
Shifting
dog.
my eyes in back between you and Crow, and it's like, oh, the amulet gets warm. We know where it's done that before.
Update? No.
My foot is stuck to the lights.
I'm sorry.
It's Jeremy Dog.
Momo.
He is a mo.
Where's he going?
He is the mo.
Are you worried, baby?
Dog. He's the mo. His name is Mo.
He's the mowiest dog.
Yep.
That's
Very true.
Mo dog. That's a Mo dog. Sorry, my Discord is trying to update, which
Illegal.
is not helpful right now.
Illegal update. 5-yard penalty.
5-minute
It's actually
penalty.
a great time for Travis to join us because he can be a part of making the decision of do we help these strange creatures or not.
I say we totally helped them because I was trying to figure out why it was doing the thing that back when it was doing the thing.
I don't
Uh-huh.
That we're just gonna pretend that
It's good. It's
Yep.
good.
Were you texting
we
him
didn't
and
know
telling
about
him
until
that
now.
Yep.
Discord is trying to.
Stereo dog. He is the mo. He is the mo. He is dog. He's the mo. Oh yes, he's mo.
He's very intrigued. There we go. Okay.
What a distinguished gentleman.
He's gotta actually drink the chat.
What's good, buddy? You. Are you like asking, like to pass, or like?
That
you
might
just
be
want
the
legs?
request.
A bit here. I'll move my legs, and we'll see if that's what you want to do.
You don't stand up. You got a wolf out of him. Momo, do you need to go by? Do you want to go sit by
Can
mommy?
you go over there?
Oh my gosh, you guys look spooky.
Oh God.
I love looking spooky. No, I want to be spooky.
I mean, it's still pretty bad.
I have to. Oh, you know what? I have it that way.
Welcome.
So we don't risk knocking him off of the table. Because that sounds like a bad idea.
Hi, Travis.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Well, it's a pretty good view. I can see everyone.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
No.
Not at the moment.
Oh yeah. Now you want to go that way. Okay. Okay. I'll let you go. This is what.
You know, it's Travis here.
It doesn't help that you got up at the same time.
I'm sorry, Travis. You won't be able to see all of us, all of them, and me. But you should be able to hear me if the dog will shut the fuck up.
Thank you.
You wanted to pass. I got up so you could pass. Why was this an offense?
He's just mad.
Why is this a parkable offense?
Yeah, there's a lot going on, Travis, and I'm sorry. Oh, you know what? I can put you on this side. Hang on. Zephyr, hold this for 1 second. I can at least get you so that you can see the TV as well. That. Let's see.
Hi, Travis.
I didn't think this through very well. I'm sorry.
Want to see the map.
Yeah, hang on, I'm trying. Hang on 1 sec. There's been no new information so far.
Well,
From
other than
the map, at
other
least.
than the birds seem to be after some sort of religious artifact, and we're gonna probably help them, but we're putting it to a vote right now.
It's the top of Ian's head.
Okay. Here we go.
There we go. Can you see?
You
Map?
can't see Ian.
That's
but you can see
fine.
most of the map.
Nobody wants that anyway. It's all good.
I can kind of see the map.
I have to plug this in. Sorry, Crow. Sorry, Ian, you're just taking like all kinds of abuse here.
That's fine.
Okay. So, Travis, the brief little bit that you've missed is just that the Aarakocra are asking for help recovering pieces of the monument, which Ringo noted the last time that there was a space on the wall out front of the cave that there was a space for a monument out front. It looked like pieces of a cross. The Aarakocra has told these all four of you now, that they saw the Deva split it in half. They're not sure if he continued to split it before he took them away, but he seems to have gone and taken these pieces off and spread them out in the maze. So they would like some help recovering them, since they are small and birds and cannot lift these pieces themselves.
Forgive me, sir, for I am small and also birds.
Question,
Mhm.
DM. What happened to our evil, good aligned friend, the Deva? Did he vaporize or did he fly away?
disintegrated.
He disintegrated.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Including his weapon, which I was bummed about.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
Okay,
not.
okay.
That's
Oh, so the other thing with the amulets is the amulets get really nice and warm when they're next to a piece of the monument that has gone missing.
Okay.
The amulet that's also the same amulet that Crow found off of one of the birds that we totally didn't kill. in
yeah, it
that
seems
other
unnecessary
cave.
to bring up.
No, just in case you
know
forgot.
what you did.
That was really warm inside the cave, but hasn't been that warm since we left the cave.
Perhaps we should return to said cave.
But we
then.
can't just.
And I can.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Someone else killed these birds.
I'm ready to start in character talking when Travis feels like he's got up.
Well, we can go. Huh? Wait. Oh, sorry guys, I passed out.
You can turn up his volume
It's
individually.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're so right.
I know.
There you go.
All right.
Great. Go for it.
So, since you have an amulet that, well, obviously, at least you have an amulet that shows the way towards the pieces of your monument, and we do not, are you coming with us to help you, or are we allowed to borrow said amulet?
I really hadn't thought that far ahead.
Assuming
Would-
that we say yes. I mean, it's part of the discussion we're going through right now.
Based on that you have helped us, I do trust you to go and retrieve these. These amulets are important to us, but if we don't have the monument, they don't mean much to us at that point. So, if you would like my help, I don't know how much guidance I can offer, but I would be happy to come with you if you would like my help. But I trust you all to take these and come back if you would.
Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna go over here and confer with each other, and we'll let you know in a little bit. We'll let you know in the
Alright.
morning after we hunker down for a sleep.
All right, that sounds like a good plan.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks.
Trying not to be really awkward with the words, but also like, we need to sleep
You
before
might
we go
as-
too far. Like, hold on, wait.
You might as well ended that sentence with hey.
Hey.
No one
Sorry.
said my character was charismatic. I have a -1.
Me too. You have the same charisma as an inanimate object.
This is why
I
said
have
maze
the
a
highest
lot.
charisma.
This is also great because sometimes I'm like super good, but then when I get into like, oh, I'm in character in game, I'm always like, I don't know how to say this other than super awkward. So it works great.
I think I have the highest charisma stat.
Probably.
That's great.
I think that's true.
Yeah. Which I think is really funny that I have this group of like
Strange.
strangers who cannot talk to other people, and then it's just like some guy who's really passionate about justice,
So look
but
at it this
is
way.
weak as fuck.
Every extrovert has adopted their own introverts.
That's fair. Yeah, right.
And you
I've
just
got
happen
my-
to be our
It's
extrovert.
like you with me.
My
Yes.
squad. My
I
squad.
have-
And all of the war squad.
I have quite a few introverts to my one extrovert, so I'm just telling you, that's what you are right
That's
now.
fair. That's fair. Should we push forward to long rest? Does anyone have any like? Do we want to discuss the terms of this thing?
Well, I think they already said that we could, so, and it only helps us instead of hurt us, so why not?
Yeah.
I mean, the more friends we make,
Yeah.
And then that just gives us 8 hours to discuss the fact that we should totally help these birds, and then try to blame accidentally killing their...
Also, since
Things
it's
are not us.
been a hot minute since we played last, your cave bear encounter. I'm not gonna with that because that's kind of important. Your cave bear encounter was there. Yep.
yeah.
Was in actually it was right about out. It was right before you came into.
So this goes farther back, maybe.
And I mean, at this point, we could just finish the maze, too.
Well, yeah, because we got that little stretch there, and then that outside stretch to go and investigate.
Yeah. So your cave bear encounter was here. Sweet.
So, for the rest, it just should be noted for, in case these Aarakocra decide to stab us in our sleep or something. As a Warforged, I am still conscious when I rest. I can see and hear as normal. I just have to enter an inert state, which is, of course, a scarecrow pose.
And you can't be
Amazing.
surprised.
I can't be surprised.
We
Right.
wouldn't have that. Well, at least you wouldn't have a surprise round.
You can that I believe that effect only
It does.
happens if you're conscious.
Ah, lame.
I don't think so.
No, it's so
It's even
you've
for
got the bow.
sleeping,
You've got
too.
the bow of
Really?
warning, right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's you and anyone within your party that is within 30 feet of you.
Yeah,
that's
Cannot
sick.
be
It
surprised. Yep.
says in the thing that it, even if you're sleeping, it like wakes you up,
Cool.
Yeah,
and
It's
it,
like-
it gives you like a pre-warn. It's kind of like the alarm spell. Like it
Yeah.
warns you that someone is within the
Yeah.
vicinity,
Yep.
so they
Cool.
can't actually surprise you.
So also just a quick recap,
That's really
Pro.
awesome.
Since we were talking about the warmth of your amulet, it was very hot when you were here with your cave bear,
Yeah.
and then the other place that it had gotten warm was back here. But
Yeah,
it was
in
not as hot as when you first encountered it.
Right. Which
So just since it's been a little while, there's your little recap of your experiences.
Sure.
Your
and
input so
it
far.
was only really hot at the back of the cave bear cave.
Yes.
So perhaps we take our rest.
Or you guys didn't actually go back to the back of the cave. You didn't really go into the back of the
I don't
cave
know if I
bear cave.
realized that it
I-
went farther back.
I
Yeah.
went.
yeah.
I
You
went.
guys got into.
I went far enough that I found the riddle.
Yeah. Well, you were looking for a place to sleep. Was what you were looking for when you investigated that cave to see if it was safe to sleep in.
Okay.
So you had, gone in with that intention, and Sinra sort of said, You did take a look around. It didn't seem like there was anything more malicious in there, but you had, since it's been now, 4 months. But you didn't see anything in particular. I think
Okay.
you also rolled like a 4. So,
Yeah, I rolled like Whatever it was, yeah, it was high. It was high enough to find the riddle, but it wasn't
nothing else.
Yeah, it was like that was it.
Yeah.
I think because
So-
you're almost out of spell slots, and you both need to heal.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah. Does Ringo maybe while you guys start, so I get my you guys start. I'll take my watch, run down to the end of this one pathway. If I see any danger, dip. And then, report back. I'll take the amulet with me, see if I find anything, while you guys take that first time.
Yeah,
and
well,
I'll
take
a
the
long rest
bird
after that.
guy with you.
Yeah, maybe
Right,
even
yeah,
then.
Or
Throw him
maybe,
as bait.
Or maybe not split the party and just rest with us.
Fair enough. I'm only missing 2 spell slots, so I'm not.
That's all I'm missing too.
Aren't you missing some sorcerer points though too?
I'm missing those. Yeah.
I'm also only
Okay.
missing 2 spell slots. I don't need the break, but they really do.
Yeah.
So we might as well do it.
Yeah, I think we might as well just take that long rest then.
Yeah. If some of us are resting, we all should, because that way we're all fully upgraded, combat effective.
Yeah.
Everything's back.
Great. All right. So.
Hunter stops leaking.
All right, then. In that case, you all sort
Stuff
of
you with straw again.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just over at an Eric Hawker nest, just going.
Yeah. So
This is me healing.
So as you all are discussing, one of them sort of comes over to you. It seems to be one of the female Aarakocra that sort of just comes in and says, hey, welcome, hello. This is where you can stay. It's not much, but it's comfortable. And she sort of leads you over to a couple of soft padded areas. They aren't really much like beds, much more like a nest, as you would expect from birds. But they're comfortable. They're soft, or softer than the ground. And you all find a nice long rest there overnight, or
Sweet.
what you presume is a night. Since there's no sun, that's kind of hard to tell. You're also in a cave, so it's a little bit hard to tell. But you will move along when you feel rested.
Time is a myth anyway. It's okay.
Time is fake. It's fine.
I don't wear a watch.
So go ahead and all take your long rest.
I do, but it's not really for the time.
Yeah. But yeah, so go ahead and take your long rest, everyone. Restore anything that you're missing.
Can I have a pencil?
No.
No.
I'll hop on that bandwagon too. Actually, writing utensil of some kind.
This is my pen here. You can have my yeah.
Thank you.
And maybe a thing
Sorry.
to write on. And now I only need the eraser.
Dice coming. No dice, no pencils, nothing. Here. Do you want a book?
Yes, I am completely unprepared to actually play D&D. Aside
I
from
was
my
just gonna grab my
go-to
Okay.
attitude.
I love it.
That's the best we got at
Love
this
it.
point.
All right.
Guys, I'm going to be, I think, before I think it's super consequential, I'm going to go give my cat his medicine now, and you guys can pretend like I'm sleeping in. So,
Oh,
I'll-
okay. Hey, real quick. Vote. Are you okay with helping or not helping?
Yes, help.
Cool.
Help!
Help!
Help
Help!
Help me!
Help!
Help!
It.
Help.
It.
Is there a Miska in the background?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So as you are awakening from your long rest, you sort of come to as there's a little bit of hustle and bustle around you, with everyone waking up, starting to find some breakfast. You good?
I couldn't read my own handwriting. I was
Awesome.
looking at this note and I was like, Mara Farrig? What is a Farrig?
Oh, it's your
Fairy.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh yeah, that's her name.
Oh, Mara, the little fairy
Your
that's.
picture.
I
Yeah.
assume.
Oh, here. You want to
Still in
see?
my hat.
You want to see my cool new tattoos?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because this one's itching.
Yeah. And while Travis is giving here, you wanted lotion.
Oh no, what happened?
My other stick figure killed him.
Oh my goodness. That's brutal.
And
And now if it ever gets red, it irritates.
Oh, dude, it looked really cool because he also put it on with a red Sharpie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bled a little bit, so he looked really dead.
Oh yeah.
And then I got, will my shirt go up high enough? That's the question.
That's the real question.
No, it won't.
That's okay.
Well, I
For
can.
another time.
I have a picture of it. It's fine. I could take the shirt off. I've got another one underneath. Layers.
I've adapted my amulet note to say
Oh, that's
amulet of
super
hot
cute.
cave.
I got a spooky kitty.
Amulet of Hot Cave.
Yes.
I think this is the only thing I have that's not scented.
Okay.
It's like technically a mask.
My lotion should
It's
be.
coconut scented.
It is?
It's like technically a mask, but it basically works like lotion.
That should work.
Yeah.
Is a mask works like lotion. Now,
Spooky
$9.99.
kitty. Spooky kitty.
Spooky kitty.
I was stoked about it. I'm really also
Spooky
stoked about
kitty.
my
Dead
stick
stick
figure.
figure.
Yeah.
I don't think I registered that it was your other one that was killing the one. I know, right?
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I put.
Sour.
I did not. No, I don't think. I definitely did not put 2 and 2 together.
I
That's
don't think-
adorable.
Period.
I love it.
Killed. It's a little further away than I
For a pumpkin, I
probably
think
would
a
have
lot.
preferred, but I still like it. There has to be space for
Intelligence
the kill
14.
anyway.
Ah, yes.
And eventually
I
we're gonna
think
get
it's,
another one
like-
that's drinking. It's gonna be great.
I've
Figured since we were taking half a break
perfectly
anyway.
average
Yeah.
intelligence.
Otherwise, you just have to repeat yourself again.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of sad that if I hadn't taken, if I'd put into intelligence instead of constitution, that I would have 20 health. No, I probably more like 18.
It's like Mika the first day.
Yeah.
Like 2 days. She had like 11 and then 12.
Well, yeah,
and then
level
got
1 is, you expect
Yeah,
to
but
not
I
have
got
a lot.
1 when we leveled up to level 2.
Yeah.
And then I got 10 the next time, so we're good.
Oh.
Oh, because you guys rolled your health. Yeah, I thought about doing
we
that.
did, so we do drop a 1 or re-roll a 1. And I rolled a 1 a second time, which
You
was
only
sort of
get
the
to drop it
universe
once.
telling me, fuck off. But
I thought about rolling my health one of the first times I was given the option. And I think the very first time I rolled super crap. And the
20th.
DM was like, well, you can take the average instead. And I was like, what? That's a thing I can do? I didn't
Yeah.
even know. I thought we had to roll it anyway. And he's like, no, you can take the average. I'm like, well, the average is more than what I rolled. And I didn't know that. So can I do that now? And he's like, yeah, I'll let you do that. So I've only ever just taken the average. I was like, I'm just not going to bother trying to roll for higher.
When I did my one for Yang, who is my barbarian, I did both just as a test, and I took the average one, but I rolled really good, and I rolled I think it was 28 points higher
Oh, dang.
than
You
average.
just kept that, man.
I know,
wouldn't
but
have
I
cared.
was like, no, I'm gonna be useless no matter what. Apparently,
No,
there
you...
was Yen.
it was a meat shield.
Yeah.
Sweet
Anyway,
thing. Alright.
I'm back.
Awesome.
Good timing.
Beautiful.
To me, if my party could help me remember something, I do this with every fighter I've ever created. I took Great Weapon Fighter, which lets me reroll 1s and 2s on the damage die. I continuously forget I have this.
okay.
So if we get into combat, help me remember, because it will help us all.
I'm gonna give you a sticky note and I'm gonna stick it on your
No.
forehead.
I can't read it if it's on my forehead.
Yeah, but then it'll get in your vision. Or I'll stick it on your glasses so it's on the inside of your glasses.
That's actually
Just
genius.
Like down below so
Just
it's not
give me a
quite
second
there.
here.
Put a little sticky note over the 1s and 2s on your dice. Or Sharpie them out or dry erase marker them.
Yeah.
That's
Get
awesome.
those little
Alright.
dot stickers so you just temporarily.
So since I'm sorry, I'm going to be a little bit railroady tonight because we are limited on time. I don't want us to run out.
Railroad.
Okay. I try not to be, but I'm going to.
Do
Choo
it.
choo.
Two.
That'll be the code. Choo choo.
I'd like to make a perception check on the inside of their cave.
Okay, go for it.
That many. Not
That's
good.
a 3 plus whatever you got.
Not good.
As described earlier, you see that there is a section that seems to go farther back. You haven't really gone any further into it to go in and check it out. If you wanted to go and check it out, you could.
Looks like it goes back 120 feet. Keeps going.
Yeah, it keeps going.
Okay.
It's not lit. There's not really. It's sort of. in the way that that caves are, it's not really
Straight.
it's not welcoming, but
Okay.
it's not scary. It's just not, the cave kind of it becomes a circle. It's sort of, I'll shape it here. It's sort of more like this with the entrance up here. Travis, you can't see this, but so.
You still can't.
No.
Okay.
But it sort of
Okay.
has an overlapping back, so you can see that it goes behind, but you can't see where
Okay.
it goes. Sorry, Travis, you're missing out on my face. But yeah, so that's about all you can see from it.
Okay.
It looks like a cave.
That's all Ringo's got at the moment.
Awesome. So in the morning, you meet up with your Aarakocra again.
I'd like to know this gentleman's name.
Dan.
Diane.
Dan. Dan
Nice
the
to meet
Bird
you,
Man.
Dan the Birdman. I don't.
Dan the
yeah.
Birdman it is.
All right, Dan the Birdman. I'm going
Hello,
to write
Dan.
that in.
Okay, sorry. Sidetrack. Mr.
I
Dan,
should have named him. I didn't. There's
We
his name
have
is Dan.
decided that we will assist you, granted that you assist us in finding a way out of this place. We were brought here from another land, and some sort of deity holds us here.
That probably would be Sinra.
That sounds familiar.
Big Sphinx lives in the hedges.
Yeah.
Talks a little weird.
Yes.
A little.
You get used to it. It gets a little less weird the more you hear it.
Fair, I suppose.
But yeah, that sounds like a fair trade. I don't know how much help I can be. We have never left this place, but I'm happy to assist if I can. So let's get on our way. Would you like me to come with you?
I don't think that's necessary. Since you're willing to loan us the amulet, we will obviously return it because we have no more use for it.
All right.
Are we taking a second amulet from this guy?
Shh. No,
No,
we're
this is-
taking.
Second.
This is Zephyr
We are taking.
asking.
We are taking the first amulet because we don't have one.
This is Zephyr asking, not Ringo.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah. No,
okay.
we don't. I'm pretending that we don't have one.
So we're swindling him out of a second. For
We're gonna
no
give.
discernible reason if
Maybe-
we already have one.
My discernible reason is the fact that now it seems like a really important thing that we
Okay.
took off of their family, and I don't. After we killed them, and I don't really want it to turn into like, oh, we accidentally killed your family when we
Okay.
thought they were bad guys.
And I'm also holding on to the belief that maybe this one will react differently than the other one, so
Okay.
that I'm justified in the fact that we slaughtered these guys. I don't
So-
think that's true, but
But my
I'm a
thought
man of
process
logic.
is I don't want to
Okay.
straight up tell them that like, hey, we probably murdered your family and we already have one.
That sounds like a.
And we totally already found two places that it might
Okay.
work.
Fair.
Where if we just take theirs and now we at least have now two of us can hold it and help search.
Yeah.
And
All right.
yeah.
So we asked Dan
So-
to stay.
All right. Great. All right. Well, I guess
Protect your family. and all that.
I'll send you on your way. I'll entrust one of you with this.
I'll take it
It's yours.
since I asked
Alright.
for it and said I would return it. I will.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll take
All right.
responsibility.
And so
how are they armed?
they
with
have
wings.
They have
a
stick,
spear,
but
Yeah.
for just all of them.
a javelin.
Javelins.
The two that you've encountered, the other ones are, maybe you see one with a sword. There's not a lot that appear to be fighters. They don't seem to really have. They're not heavily armed.
I'm gonna donate my 2 hand axes to them, so that they can better protect themselves.
Right? They are very grateful.
I don't even say anything. I just leave them there. And if
Great.
somebody,
They'll
if somebody's like, "You dropped this," I'll be like, "No, I didn't," and then just leave.
just do. All right, great. Maybe they'll see it when they come back. You'll find out at another point in time.
So, as we start to group up and leave, I'll be like, all right. It's so hard to be like, I look at this and I see that there's clearly 2 areas we haven't explored.
We're gonna go that one because that's the way that we were going to begin with.
I think so, yeah.
And also, we at the other end we felt warmth, so it stands to reason that.
On top of the fact that we're already going back that way, so when we go back that way, we can do the other thing.
Yeah. We've definitely been writing all this down in a notebook, and that's why we know what directions we haven't been going.
Great.
So,
All right.
shall we continue right? I'll throw up Detect Magic
Great.
as we start our day. And
Detect Magic.
turn around the corner towards the right.
Oh yeah, I have 9 magic beans too.
I forgot about that.
Do we want to plant one and run?
Oh, God.
Well, no, according to the myth, it was only really a bad thing if you planted all 9 at once.
Fair.
Oh,
If
you
you
dumped
dump it, yeah.
all 9 at once.
I'll expend a Detect Magic as we start continuing down
Great.
to the right.
And I will summon my scythe again.
Perfect. All right. So as you guys come
Probably should
along,
have asked the bird to tell me more about the beans, but whatever.
They don't need to know about
all right.
If
So
you were like, do you know anything
We
about
do
this?
this.
And one of them just went,
Munch. I definitely missed what you did, but I think I got the gist.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
for
like if
8
she
all
showed
the
it to one of the
beans.
beans and
it
they just
does
went,
not say anything about what happens if you eat them. So
Does eating count as burying a bean?
you
Does
have
the bean know?
It doesn't have to be
what it's
buried. It
buried
says
in?
dumped. If you dump all 9
But
at
like
once.
if you bury one, it activates something.
Oh,
I mean,
does it?
That's not Ringo.
anyhow. All right.
No,
That's
it's
this,
not
not
Ringo.
this.
As we come around this corner, your detect magic appears sort of just as it has been.
Okay.
You know, the hedge is glowing, all the magic items that your friends have are glowing as well. And at the end, as you've seen in a couple of other dead ends within this maze, there is an area that is glowing.
Point it out to the group. Looks like we got another digger.
Right.
Does the amulets get warmer the closer I get to the
The
corner?
closer you get, it slowly is getting warmer. It was not at all warm when you were within the cave. It just felt like a regular piece of wood. And as you come around this corner, as you reach over the top, it does start to feel a little bit warmer, and a little bit warmer, and a little bit warmer.
Can
Cool.
I detect any abjuration magic from this? Is it a defensive type, or is it like just an enchantment kind of?
It's just an enchantment.
Okay. So I've warned the group. Doesn't seem like there's any traps placed. Think we should.
There is,
digging.
you've seen it before, there was that invisibility. You
Invisibility.
recognize it
Okay.
now. That it is the same as you've seen in the other corners.
I'll go forward and use the back end of my thing to poke at it and try to, find it.
Before we start digging, I'm going to take the amulet and I'm going to put it inside the hedge with my hand. Towards the other thing. Just like how I jumped through with the fairies. I want to see if if my hand goes through the hedge as it should.
Yeah.
And B, if it gets hotter inside the hedge.
It behaves just as you would expect the hedge to behave, as it has throughout the time.
Okay.
Do you
It
narrowly
is.
avoid punching yourself in the head?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You've had a day away from it. You missed a little bit. You almost punched yourself in the face. But no, what you see or what you feel is that as you are coming close up to the hedge, it is very, very warm. It doesn't seem to change much as you get through the hedge. You are also, your hand comes out 3 feet down.
Yeah.
It remains about the same.
Is
Okay.
mine reacting the same way as
It
hers?
is the same.
There's still a chance that the crow could have just stolen it from an Aarakocra.
Definitely.
We
so
found
you
this in
want
a
to dig?
mimic. I'm
Yeah.
not sure about it.
I will.
You ready to dig?
Yeah, I'm gonna poke around, make sure nothing gets triggered, and then I'll start.
Awesome.
Digging.
You don't encounter any traps or anything like that.
Good.
You do start digging around where Ringo points out where there is a magical essence. Dig. Thunk.
We've got a thunk.
Just underneath the hedge, much like where the other chests have been.
If this next box tries to eat me, I'm blaming all of you. Just dig it up and.
Well, one box tried
it is
to.
actually, surprisingly, not a box. It is, which you are not surprised to find. And it does feel the same. It is a very similar wood as you have felt on the other chests, but it is, when you uncover it, it is a long piece of wood that spans probably about 10 feet. It is sturdy. It's a beam, or it appears to be a beam, and it has a notch about 2/3 of the way up. That looks like it might connect with another piece that would interlock with it. It's not entirely, cut out. It's not 2 pieces of wood, but it's a sizable notch.
And this is the magical essence I was detecting.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Let me guess, it reacts with the amulets.
It does.
I think
You
we
are
found our
very
first
warm.
half.
Am I strong enough to carry this thing? I get strength 16. I could do an athletics roll if you want.
Sure, yeah. Roll
I mean,
an athletics
we could-
check for me.
We can help.
Yeah, I just want to see if I'm, because the
It's-
less hands we have on this, the more we have to,
Like, you could hit people with it.
13.
Yeah, it's you are able to, with the 4 of you, you're able to, wiggle it out of the ground. It's pretty unwieldy. It's broad. It's
Yeah.
very dense. It's a little bit heavier than you would expect, your regular piece of wood to be. It's very, very, very sturdy.
Mahogany.
Yeah, or like an iron wood or something.
Yeah, so it seems like there's something within it that's
Mahogany.
strengthening it, or it's just very high quality old wood. But it's not impossible, especially with 4 of you, to pick up. But as you guys think about these little birds trying to pick it up with their wings, even though they're not that small, they're not that big either. And so it is
probably hollow.
It is certainly a sizable piece to take back.
All right, yeah. Well, let's just drag it back there and be like, "We found one."
Drop it off at the cave.
I physically don't think I'm strong enough to help, so I can't.
That's fine.
You're just leading the way.
Yeah, keep an eye with my detect magic, see if I see anything. I assume it hasn't been an hour yet.
The whole process probably took about a half hour to actually, uncover it. It wasn't buried very deep, but it was, put away out of sight. It was very clearly tried to be, removed from the visible range, but not very well. It wasn't a huge effort. It almost seemed a little bit more like a prank than it actually felt like a malicious. It's not buried 10 feet underground. It's just sort of tossed and then
Or
covered.
that whoever buried it knew that the birds weren't going to deal with it and weren't going to be able to deal with it anyway.
I was thinking the
Exactly.
same thing.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome. So you guys head back.
Yep.
You make your way back into the space. The birds are quite surprised that you found a piece so fast.
Yeah, we've been gone for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes
Yeah,
or
it's
so,
been
yeah.
all of probably with the time to drag it back. It
Yeah.
probably was about 45 minutes.
They've cooked breakfast.
Yeah, they
Guys,
made breakfast.
we got lucky with our first piece.
We definitely don't know where to look for the other one. So when we get back, I'll drop detect magic so I'm not concentrating.
Great. Awesome. So they're excited to see that you've brought the piece back. Can I have one of you make a perception or intelligence? One or the other. whichever
I'm
one.
intelligent. I'll do that.
No, just roll.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
19.
Awesome.
Perception.
So, great. Perfect. So, as you come up, as you guys are taking this piece up toward the monument spot, it's easy enough to tell, and Ember, you'll tell this to you'll be able to see this quite easily, that seems to be the shorter part of the cross.
Okay.
So the 10-foot one is the short part.
That sure looks like
I
it.
mean, they said monument, not.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
stick.
but
And you said, so it has a notch, you said, never mind, that's semantics.
so I suggest we just leave it here until we find the other piece. Hopefully it's in just one piece, and then we can put it all together and then put it up. But yeah, this is definitely looks like the
Definitely
shorter
not
piece.
carry it with us.
Yeah.
Were you?
And they all sort of come out to come and see it, and they, some of them maybe had a rope or something. They have an idea of how they think it should go back up. They knew how it was hung. They saw it come down, so they have some plans.
I'll let them deal
but
with
they're
that.
starting to. We'll see if they need help putting it. You'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it.
But they
They'll
are.
have hard hats and
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're gonna go back the way we came and see if we can find that second piece. Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck. We'll see you in a while, probably.
Probably.
do pumpkins sweat?
Especially since this is the shorter piece.
Should we? Okay. So as we begin to leave, I assume.
Pumpkins. Yes, they do, but only on the inside.
So are we looking? We're leaving here. Are we looking to look
Yeah.
where we saw the cave or explore the other end?
Well, I mean, we have to
We
get.
have to get to the cave
We have to
before
go
we
to
can
the cave
explore
first.
the other end.
That's
So-
fair. So we might as well
Re-explore the cave.
Yeah.
yada yada ourselves to the cave.
Or are we going to do any?
Yeah. Is there anything that you guys want to do on your way there? Anything you want to talk about? Look at? Sit at the campfire? I mean, you had a long rest overnight.
What
but-
was that riddle again?
If I just yell Sinra, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Try it.
Your clue was
What's the other
look
one
for the
say?
place you find a shady seat. One will like the way you seek, the other will aid you when you feel weak.
Okay, so two different shady areas. We found one.
That aided us when we were weak.
And the other one is what we seek, which is probably where we're headed right now. The
Maybe.
cave where we found an amulet.
Guess we'll find out. Okay.
In theory, I mean,
Light the way you seek a
realistically,
shady spot.
these two Kenku that we found were probably they had gone out, discovered the other piece, and were just hunkering down, hoping they'd find someone would come looking for them, and we murked their asses. So
Yeah, but also, why were they with the bears?
they could have. Who knows? We could have asked.
I mean,
the
considering the
main
fact that everything
group.
else has been nice, we
Didn't
probably
they attack
just...
us on sight first?
Did they though?
I
I'm
thought
pretty
they.
sure you're the one that saw birds and freaked the F out.
I mean, that's true, but I do believe that one of them shot
And
at
then
us
I'm
first.
pretty sure the rest of us were like, oh, those are bears. And then was like,
Yeah.
okay, fine, this is a fight worth fighting instead of just letting you freak out against the birds.
You also got attacked by a chest pretty soon prior to that.
Yeah, but it's a mimic. That's
What they do?
that's what they do.
Kenku's mimic. That's the only way they communicate.
They are mimics.
Good
They're
job. All right.
bird mimics.
Okay, so
That's weird.
are you gonna yell out Sintra in the middle of our walk back?
Not yet.
Okay,
I'm
Alright.
thinking about it though.
then is there anything you wanted to do, Hunter, on the walk back to the cave?
No, it's hard to see anything. I'll just be a passive observer.
Do you want to tilt
And I'll
him
speak
towards
up when I see
this a little
something
more?
useful.
Oh,
Can you see
I'm
the screen
sorry.
now?
Even that,
You
it's like
are.
okay. Like I get it. That's
I'm
not
sorry.
cute.
I thought I had it in screen and then it wasn't. I'm
Well,
sorry.
You remember the cave where we fought the Kankus and the bears?
Yes.
So we're
It's
going
over
back. We're going back there because
Yeah, perfect.
that's
Awesome.
where the amulet was really hot, and so that's where we're pretty sure that there's the other
Beautiful.
piece of the cross monument.
Yeah,
Awesome.
beautiful idea.
So, as you make your way around, you don't encounter much else. Are you looking for your pixie?
Is she under my hat still?
She is not in your hat, but you find a little bit of pixie dust inside the lining of your hat, and it's a little bit in your hair. She's made her way home,
Okay.
or you assume she's made her way home.
So we've lost
She
our
is
pixie.
no longer
friend.
with you.
She probably
Okay.
left when
She
we
got
started.
beat.
When we started fighting, that's
yeah.
fair.
She probably got scared.
She's little.
You
She's
can
so
save
little.
that pixie
I would
dust.
be. I was scared of her, so I don't blame her.
Awesome.
I was scared
I'll
of the
scrape
Deva.
what I can of the pixie dust into a badge.
Okay, great. So you have
A little bit of
a little
pixie
bit of pixie dust. All right, great. So as you come up along your pathway to where you found your initial encounter with the cave bear. Your web has dissipated. Everything. I think you actually burned it away when we were there.
It did.
You did want to
It
go
also
inside
would
the
have
cave.
disappeared after me.
But so as you come up to the cave, again, Crow and Ember, you'll feel that as you come up to it, it's warm. Crow, this is very familiar to you as you had experienced it before.
Until I begin having flashbacks.
It's behaving exactly the way that it did when it was here before. It's not following a different pattern or anything like that. Nothing surprising.
Cool.
But Ember, you are feeling it for the first time again, or up in this space. So but it is warm, but it's not really hot yet. It's warmer as you come into your into the cave, and getting quite warm as you go in.
Cool.
Do you want to throw up a deck magic, or should I?
How many more spell slots do you have?
A couple.
I have
And
3 total.
I can make more. Yeah, I'll throw one.
I
Okay.
also have
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Do you have
I can cast detect magic as well.
3 out of 4 of us? I'll take care of it. I got sorcery points.
It's like
I can
one of the
convert.
most versatile first level spells, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
I'll throw up
Awesome.
detect magic. What do I find?
Awesome. Again, you see very similar. Can you not? You see a very similar presence. This time much larger. At the end,
expected.
it's very dark within the cave. You the only one with dark vision, or do you have?
I don't
20
have it.
foot.
I have dark vision.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'll,
think we
Okay,
all do.
great, fantastic.
I don't.
I got it totally backwards.
Literally
That's awesome.
everyone
That's
else.
amazing. Okay, yeah. So as you come in, it's still very dark. But yeah, you do see the shape. Sort of the vague shape of a cave. It's not a large cave, but it's probably about 30 feet wide. It's similar to the shape of the hedges that have been around you. It looks like it almost looks like the section of this hedge just sort of caved in and took over this space and became almost a home for our cave bear. And it's unclear whether the Kenkus stumbled upon the cave bear or the cave bear came upon them, or if they were friends, or what really the situation was. There's no evidence of either of them. It's a little bit strange, but
no bodies, you said?
no bodies. They had disappeared.
Similar to the gym.
Yep. And so they.
I was just imagining the Sphinx coming out of the hedge and like taking the corpses and like eating them.
Like little noodles.
Yeah.
No, they sunk into the ground when they passed. But yeah, so as you come back toward the back of the cave, there is a much larger presence.
So you see magic. Tell me where it is, and I go, and I'm like, oh look,
Is it
bring the
buried?
amulet.
Is this one buried again?
Is it hot?
It is hot. You're not.
Cool.
Yeah, you're seeing it underneath.
No traps or anything? No
Um,
abjuration magic? Is what I'm
Roll.
looking for?
Are you gonna check on it?
Sure, I'll
roll
roll.
an investigation.
Investigation or
Investigation.
Before I
Unless
just
you're just gonna
start
stare at
digging.
it from 10 feet away.
Arcana? No. Investigation.
You're looking for
Joke's
traps.
on you, they're the same number. 8.
Awesome.
I'm supposed to be good at this.
It doesn't appear to be trapped.
Okay.
It appears to be quite similar to the other one, if not buried, a little less
Okay.
because it's inside of a cave
And I would-
may have been protected by a cave bear.
I would know if there was any other type of magic. If there was any, so no magical traps of any sort, or
Cool.
magics that I'm not expecting.
I'm gonna start digging. What
Great.
trap do I?
Yeah, what trap do I do?
Yeah, what trap do I trigger?
The great thing is, y'all already triggered the trap, which was a cave bear.
Nice.
So you
Large
do not.
trap.
Yeah, it's a pretty big trap. But yeah, so you do not. Nothing sets off. Again, you find that really dense wood as you come up to it. As you uncover it, it is much larger than the other piece, probably about double the size. It is a significant piece of wood.
Well, it's gonna take all 4 of us to get this one back. And maybe we just push it through the hedges, because otherwise I don't know how we're gonna get it around those corners.
The
So like we'd push it here and it would come out the side. and then it would go in the side on like the opening, and then come out this
the
way.
hedges
Yeah.
are, remember, they are about 25 to 30 feet apart. So they're all right.
So it should-
You
it
have
Oh, I
should
thought they
still
were only
fit.
like 10 feet
No,
apart.
No,
they're
they're-
not
they're
like
20 feet.
25.
Okay, so never mind. I think we might be okay then.
I forget exactly what I said, but yeah, it's more than 10 feet for sure.
Okay, cool.
It's yeah.
While I'm at the back of the cave, just quick. Anything else?
You want some help investigating?
I would love some.
Yeah, go ahead. Both of y'all roll.
I'll be guarding the entrance of the cave
Okay,
since
great.
I can't see anything in there.
Ah.
Is that a natural 20?
It is. That is
Okay,
it
cool.
for a 22.
Awesome.
Nice.
Cool, because
So-
mine was a 9.
Sweet.
Nice. So what you don't see this, but because you have detect magic up, what you actually see is you. It seems like you had missed another amulet when you first looked.
So we have 3
You have
amulets now.
3.
And this one reacts similarly to the
It reacts
board.
the same as the other
Okay.
2. It seems that the other Kenku, remember there were 2, they both probably had an amulet with them.
Would it stand to reason that all of the Arakocra folks have a similar?
Similar. That is easy enough to extrapolate.
So we found 1. We could say we found 2.
I mean, we did though.
What?
Okay.
And just return all 3.
Great.
So-
But yeah,
Something
so,
horrible has befallen your comrades.
With our second piece, shall we return?
Yeah, I mean, well, let's drag this thing
Alright. Can
back
I
over
have
there.
you all make strength checks for me, please?
Yeah.
Strength or athletics.
I mean,
If
yeah.
they, and I
That
think
wasn't
they have
fair.
the
That's
same.
a fucked up roll.
if it's a skill check and they have proficiency on it,
Yeah.
they'll get a little bit of a bonus.
Yeah. So
I got-
go ahead.
But I don't have proficiency with it. But that's going to be a 22.
I have
Nice.
proficiency in the saving throw.
No.
I got a 12.
Okay.
6.
Hunter.
16.
Awesome.
All right, so me and Hunter are doing all the
All
work
right.
here.
So
12?
I'm at the back, like, can't even reach it.
Yeah.
He's 5'3", can't even reach it.
Yeah.
You're doing that
So-
thing, that people do
so-
where they're just like,
Yeah. So you're, Crow sort of takes the burden of it. Maybe the notch that you've seen matches the same as the other one. You've notched that over your shoulder, and you are. You've taken the brunt of the weight of this. Hunter is helping take it, and Ember is as well as taking the front of it, sort of balancing along. Ringo is at the
Keeping
back.
an eye
He's
on the
making
rear.
making sure that it's not tipping. Doing the little
so you're
like.
supervising.
Yeah, Ringo is being a great supervisor, making sure that everyone's nice and balanced, making sure that nobody's gonna fall or run into anything.
So do we need water?
Great, super helpful.
Water bear.
Are we? I'm assuming y'all are heading straight back. It's a bit of a trek.
Yeah.
Take
To
it
get
out
back.
the front of the maze.
Do we take an actual short rest at
In-
the short rest?
Yeah, y'all take a rest at the campfire to get your way there. But you do make it back without a hitch, by Zephyr. And they are quite excited to see you come back with it. You all come in panting and winded, and
I don't breathe, actually. So.
even Crow is panting.
Yeah. I just want to fit in.
No,
So I'm just making the
Crow is
noise.
sweating because of something else.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Great. So you have made it back into the main arena, where the other Arakocra are all gathered, waiting for you to return.
Sweet. Have they set up a way for us to?
They have begun something. It does appear that they needed the larger piece first. I do realize I misspoke that the piece that you found first would have had the notch about halfway. The bigger piece would have it about 2/3 up.
Yeah.
Apologies. Physics. Or rather, design choices. It's not like a weird...
It's 2
offset cross.
pieces of wood.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
But anyway, so they...
Oh no, that's the worst mistake
Oh,
you could have
no.
made
Yeah.
the entire game. Choo choo.
But yeah.
I'm gonna choo choo myself.
I
could hear.
I know, but yeah. So they have set up. It seems that they've set up a little bit of what appears to be almost a rigging system that they all can fly. They are birds. They have exactly. They have come up with this little idea that they have some ropes and you see that they're tied to either end of the smaller piece that you found. There's another one set that looks like it might take the top of the larger piece. So once they are laid on top of each other, which I'm assuming you'll help them put together.
There's a clovage.
Yep. And so they've gathered their largest members of their community and sort of gotten themselves all set up to take the ends of these ropes to fly them up. They asked for your help in arranging the.
Not sure how much help we're gonna be after we just lug the thing for the entire maze.
Oh, and putting it within.
Just like watch.
You can help pull. You can help pull a rope.
Yeah. So you see, that they ask you to help line up the bottom with where it would align.
I would like to help by casting Gust towards the flying Aarakocra.
Awesome.
So like when they need an extra boost, of winds to carry them back. So I'm just sitting there just going. It's a cantrip, so I can just.
That's awesome. Brilliant. Yeah. So as you guys are all set up, you've notched the two pieces together. They're all set up. You've got four birds in the air, lifting this. Everybody on the ground helping to push and balance. You see some of the little Aarakocra and smaller Kenku just sort of watching from the side. Very
so
intrigued.
There are Kenku in here as well.
I'm just like showing them card tricks, like.
Yeah, they're really engaged as you guys are getting this back up against the wall, and you can see where there was maybe something to hold it, or it does seem that it had a little bit of a notch to where it sat. Whether it was a magical attachment or not, it's hard to tell, but it does come up and it does set into its place with your help. They are very grateful for that help. They're not that strong, but they do, and it does slot back into its space, and everybody cheers, and it's like something out of a movie. It's fantastic. And everybody is really happy, and
yeah, amulet falls out of sleeve.
Roll performance for cheering.
That's a 2. They're quiet. No, I'm kidding. But yeah.
Thanks, Travis.
Dead silent.
But yeah, so they, with that task completed, they all thank you and are a little bit awkward. They're not really quite sure what to do with you at this point.
Well, I'm gonna single out Dan.
Dan comes
Dan
back.
the man.
Dan the man.
Dan the
Birdman.
Dan the Birdman reapproaches you. Thanks you again, and sort of says, we haven't ventured our way out of here. Obviously, you came in from the front of the maze. There is nowhere to go from there. But we have not explored where our cave goes. We are clearly not fighters. We don't risk it. Nothing has come out from there, but you're more than welcome to go through. If you would like us to accompany you, we can. I don't want to volunteer my fellow soldiers, but I would be happy to come with you to a certain degree if that's something you're interested in. But you are the only way other than the way you came would be to continue.
There's another end to your cave?
There's a pathway at the end of our cave. We've been a little ways down, didn't find anything dangerous, and didn't go much farther. So
Insight. I'd like to
Go
see
ahead.
if this bird is lying to me.
That's a normal everyday sentence.
18.
He really seems unsure It seems to be truthful that he has not experienced anything dangerous from there, but he doesn't seem to have anything more to tell you.
Okay. Nothing they're hiding from us.
No, he doesn't need to be hiding anything. Maybe telling more surely that there is nothing than he might actually know.
Gotcha.
Maybe
That's
it
fair.
seems that he's trying to, send you along your way.
Do I get the idea that they're tired of us?
Not necessarily, more that they don't know what to do with you.
That's
And we did ask for their help in
moving along.
Yeah, in moving along. So,
It really does seem that that's all he has to offer.
well, I'm gonna say if this works for my companions, you could show us to where that pathway is.
Sure.
And hopefully that leads us out. Otherwise, you might have to show us back through your cave at another point. But up until then, here's the amulet we borrowed. And we found 2 more in the cave where we found that wood piece. So you might as well have them.
Oh, well, that would be. We sent 2 scouts out a while back.
And I will.
Nope.
I will look very sternly and I say, I'm sure they fought valiantly. We encountered some sort of bear there, and when we arrived, there was no trace of them but the amulets.
Alright, well, thank you for bringing those back to us.
I'm very busily taking a torch out of my pack, and I cast firebolt on it to light it, and I'm like standing at the back of the cave. I am ready to be away from this conversation.
Alright.
Deception is my highest skill. I was just like, if I have to use it, this is not the chance.
We're starting
Oh, you know what? Just for fun, roll a deception check
Oh
for
god,
me.
we're gonna
God,
have to
no.
kill these people.
11. I start running.
Hopefully their insight is not great.
Can I help? What's my
Wait,
deception?
can I?
Oh.
Wait.
wait.
Do you want to just give me advantage?
Sure.
I have a plus
Yeah,
5.
Just
What do you
I'll
think?
give you
Just go
advantage.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Can I
I'll
just
give you
reroll?
that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it still 11?
20. The other was a natural 1.
I have to tell you, he rolled a natural 20!
Plus?
So it didn't
Yeah,
matter.
does
I
he-
don't know.
So it didn't matter.
Does he have an insight of 0?
What is the skill for deception?
Deception.
Charisma.
Well, it would be
It's charisma.
it would be his insight versus your deception.
Yeah. So
So-
I
but,
think
yeah.
it's a plus
Insight is
four.
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Yeah, alright. Wait.
If he has a plus anything, he's got it.
Yeah.
He beats
Technically,
looks a little
all he has to
skeptical.
do is meet it.
Okay.
He looks a little skeptical, but doesn't say anything. That definitely, is a little.
We had it
See,
until I
you
said
went too far. All
Yeah.
I said was we found them. You went too far.
Sometimes it helps to reinforce. Good day.
Let's get you on your way to your next.
From the back of the cave, you just hear, well, time to be moving on.
But Jessica is telling Zephyr, you didn't need to do that.
No, you're right. But I
It
like
looks
to roll.
like your orange-headed friend, has found the way we're headed. So,
That's a pumpkin.
all right.
But yeah, let's do that. just show us to the path at the back of your cave.
She's like escorting me out. I'm like, it's not an orange, it's a pumpkin. Never mind.
Like a gourd.
Yeah, it's just like a
All right.
squash.
They don't even know what corn is.
All
You
right.
think they're gonna
No,
know?
you know what? Never mind.
We just start having this argument over on our way toward the path about like the fact that they're
Orange
not
is
gonna
a
know
relative
where it
color.
is.
What if they can't see? Never mind. He said orange.
He obviously understands the color, but they don't even have corn.
All
It
right.
makes you think they're gonna know a pumpkin, let alone an orange,
Hilarious. All right. So,
or that there's a fruit by the same name of the color.
choo.
Travis, did you miss that part earlier, or were you here for that?
I heard that.
Okay, good.
All right. So, as you are
This is what we
adventuring
call
your way, As you make your way down the cave, what is your marching order? And whoever is leading and whoever is trailing. Can I have you please roll perception checks?
I'll trail.
I will lead.
I love that I put the dice box out for you and you're not using it.
Is that what that's for?
Okay, I'm using that from now on. That got some good roll on it.
18 on the tail. And
Perception. So I have 17, but it should be noted that my vision is torch.
Yep.
So it'll be
Great.
limited to, I think, 10 feet or 20 feet, something
Right.
like
If
that.
if I'm standing next to him, I've got 120. Should I just roll with him?
No, you're
No?
right.
Okay.
So.
I'll just go fuck myself then.
Yeah. So, as I know, we have a new party member.
He got
came
on the
out
table earlier.
Yeah, you
Mo,
missed it.
roll initiative.
Momo, roll initiative. Where's the Momo in the marching order?
We have a mini for you. It's a pug. I hope you're not offended.
He's leaving you.
He's turning away. Choo
In
choo.
5e,
all right.
it's bright light in a 20-foot radius
great.
and dim light in an additional 20 foot.
So you
So-
got 40.
So I've got 40 feet of vision, essentially.
So, as you are making your way down this. Fuck off!
Sorry.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I
As-
already started with sew and needle pulling thread. Like,
my
fuck
God.
out of here.
As you were making your way down this pathway, it's a very large cavern for what seemed to be a pretty narrow pathway. And Crow, you're pretty aware of the flame flickering off the sides of the wall. And as you continue farther down this pathway, Ringo, Ember, and Hunter, you all with dark vision, start to realize that you can't see as well or as far as you think you can, or as you think you should be.
Oh.
And
Eat
Crow,
it, dark vision people.
you start to notice that your flame isn't quite as bright as when you started.
I have spoken too soon.
And as it really becomes apparent that you're not seeing the way that you expect to, maybe it's closer to 60 feet in front of you that is clear, or with the torch it's about 10 feet around you, that it's really just your party is lit up. You hear a voice around you, and you recognize it as Sinra's voice. Someone awaits you beyond this lair. He will not be seen whenever he's there. Though he fills a room much like the air. He cannot be touched, and none can hear him. Though he is quite harmless, he hides the things to fear. Find the wax to help him wane, for he melts when succumbed to a special flame. Though he may make you blind, be cautious and take your time. Can I have you all close your eyes for just a second, because I have to swap maps.
Sounds like it's a riddle about darkness.
So
All right.
And I have a high wisdom.
that's good. I'm a moron, apparently.
All right.
So
Except for the wax to wane, which is a moon reference. Everything else makes me think of darkness.
interesting. So moonlight, maybe. So if we extinguish light,
Are
maybe.
you all right? You guys.
Well,
can
and also the
your
wax,
eyes.
the wax candle. It's right there, so I mean, like, you know,
All right, you can open your eyes.
you know what I need to do next time? I need to like get a pumpkin head and just like
Yeah.
put it on there.
My dear.
Travis, can you see okay or no?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Not a whole lot to see at this current moment.
I'm assuming we're ignoring these bits, or we can see
I
like
will-
a light in the distance.
I will describe your surroundings,
Please do.
if you would let me.
Your
Yes.
dog.
Yeah.
I heard you like
Choo-choo.
mazes. So put a maze in your maze.
Awesome. So, as you come to the end of this tunnel, you see around you that it has started to open up, and you see the entrance high of another maze, much like the first that you encountered. Although these walls don't seem quite as thick, they're dark. They look almost like they could be dead or decaying. They're not as bright and green as you originally saw. In front of you, at the edge of both sides of this maze, are 2 lanterns. They are very bright, and they light up the area around you. Your torch, as you have just come in, your torch has no effect outside of the beam of these lanterns.
Can I extinguish my torch and then light it with this fire? Or attempt to, anyway.
As you go to reach with your torch, it bounces off of that space. There is a magical, it seems to be a magical barrier around there.
May I cast Mage Hand inside the barrier and pick up one of the torches?
Your mage hand does not appear.
Okay.
Donk, donk, donk.
Or even if it was able to appear,
Couldn't
it could
get
not
out.
come out.
Okay.
Well, I'll just relight mine with my firebolt. And be
Nice.
like, that didn't work.
Just in case.
Those of you with
What's the
dark
lantern
vision.
made of?
It seems to be just a glowing orb.
Orb.
Within maybe glass or something. It does appear to be enchanted, so that it cannot be broken or torn apart or.
How much is it illuminating? Like, what's the space?
It's probably about, between the 2 of them, I would say each lantern has about probably a 30-foot radius, or sorry, not a diameter. So from about 30, maybe, let's say it's about 40 feet across.
Can I try thaumaturgy and make it like brighter?
Sure.
Will it affect it?
It will, unfortunately it does not. Your spell does not go through the encasing of these lanterns.
Okay, thank you. Also, are we able to get that riddle again, or are
Yeah.
we going to have it encounter it another time? Or?
I have a paper of it. Can I take a picture? Yeah.
Can you send a picture in like the Discord? Or something?
Yeah. Can you, Jess, would you text it to the group?
Thank you.
Because I'm going to ask you about this like 3 more
No,
times.
I actually
also.
printed this one separately from all the other riddles this time, so I could
You're so
pass it off.
smart.
Because I realized that was one of the harder things I found the last time. So, those of you with dark vision also notice that outside of the lantern's bright light, you cannot see
Okay.
At all.
at all. What would you like to do?
Kind of look up.
Yes.
Do I see any sort of, as we were discussing coming into this chamber, the idea of waxing and waning brings to light either, like a moon or a candle. Do I see a moon-like object above us or of any sort? Or
Roll a perception check for me.
no?
Okay.
5.
Great.
It's a natural 1 plus 4.
Great.
So no.
Crow, since you were at the front of the party, what you would have noticed when you came in would be that in the magical darkness around you, it is quite bright in the area that you are standing. Off to your left, a little ways over, relative that way, there is a little bit of flickering.
Okay.
The walls in this space are different. They seem to be dead and they don't seem to be as high. You can see the edges of the other walls, or what you believe are other walls, because there is some flickering.
Right.
Can I turn to Crow and just say, like light up my fingers with my familiar firebolt and just point at a wall, shoot a firebolt at it, assuming he'll get the idea, shoot opposite directions, see if the firebolt casts any light into the darkness.
Are you firing it
Can I fire to the left?
and it disappears into the darkness?
Okay.
The riddle says be cautious and take your time.
It also
Yeah,
says
we
we're
just
not.
wander for a little bit. Slowly.
That's the
What was that, Hunter?
riddle.
Oh, I was
You
just
should have
I
just
also
texted it.
read into that whole take your time. Perhaps we won't be punished if we just slowly make our way through the darkness until we find a source of light, which
Yeah.
seems to be hidden here.
We can actually keep a hand on one of the walls, because if
Watch our back.
this is another maze, then that means we will eventually find our way somewhere.
I concur. I think that's a good idea.
Until we find something else that might work.
What I would like to do then is take some rope. I've got 50 feet of rope.
Tie ourselves up.
I will recommend that we tie ourselves together,
Fantastic.
and I'll stay in the front. Since the torch is going to be useless, I will extinguish that, put it back, and then basically, like, we'll have one hand on the wall, and then I'll just have my scythe, like, out to
Great.
kind of, like, tap the ground to make sure that there's not any pits or anything, and then we can just start heading a direction.
Oh, gee, the right hand on the wall is going to work this time.
Yeah, right? So,
Alright.
Guys, let's put our hand on the wall. Wait, what happens if we touch it? Did we already establish that?
No.
Yeah, touch the wall.
I'm gonna go touch the wall though.
Go ahead.
Well, because we just talked about touching it, so one of us has to start.
yep.
I'll go touch the wall.
The wall feels much the same as the other one, but it's not excuse me.
Mo, I legitimately gave you, like, a pathway, and you ignored me.
Can you not?
What?
Hi, Mo.
If I put my hand through the wall, does it do the same thing?
Your hand. Sorry, I got distracted by the dog.
I know.
Your hand does not go through the wall in the same way that it does. You hit a solid. It is a solid wall.
Okay. Does the solid wall feel like the dead vines I'm seeing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It has the texture. It feels the same way that when you were running your hand or following the wall earlier. It would be the same. You just don't press through it.
How tall does the wall seem to be, considering that he's like 7 feet and I'm like 6'6"?
It is still significantly taller.
Okay, so probably
Than
like
you.
10 feet ish.
Probably, yeah. It's higher than any of you could reach. Higher than the end of the scythe would reach. Probably closer to
15.
15.
Maybe.
And
okay.
as you look in, the way that you see this little glowing light, it's not completely dim. Like you can see that it is a flickering, and it does appear that the walls tear up as
Okay.
you go inside.
So
or
the
toward-
wall, the vines are thick enough to be a wall,
Mhm.
but thin enough to see the light through them.
It's more that you're seeing over the tops of the other walls.
Okay, cool.
That,
Got it.
So they're stepping up, and you can see along the back and along the top that there is a light source of some flame
Cool.
that appears to.
Well, I'm going to tell my Drake to, you better stay on my shoulder. Don't want
Awesome.
to lose you.
Awesome.
One last firebolt experiment. Aim at the wall.
Dissipates into the vines.
Okay.
Well, at
This
least you weren't taking a D10 if it shot out the back.
No, yeah. That was the...
It does not light your
Where is-
walls on fire, if that's what you're asking.
So I'm going to put, you said you were going to go first?
With the torch. Awesome. With your scythe. Before we move, I need to use the restroom, so I'm going to
Cool.
step out for
We
just a
will-
moment.
Well, I can take
Confer.
up the rear again,
Okay.
unless one
At
of
this
you would
point-
rather.
doesn't matter who's at the front, back, or rear because none of us can see in the darkness until we solve the riddle.
I was thinking if I take the front, again, meatiest thing, so if something comes at us from the front, I'll take the hit first. And also, I've got the scythe so I can make sure that there's nothing trapping the ground, or because I can do that. I've got a 10-foot reach on that.
I can drop another.
I think we should all keep a hand on the wall. So,
Yeah.
are all of our characters right-handed?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
For the most part?
I didn't really.
I don't normally either. I normally just assume that it's me, but I'm going to be nice and say characters and not us.
Hunter, do you have any class features or anything that you think might be interesting? I don't know. What do you got?
For this, I don't necessarily think. I did have an idea though. In case we have to fight anything or we get separated from the wall, I think we should see if there's anything we can notch on the wall, if something that's nice, see if we can cut it.
Okay.
So if we trace our fingers along, we might be able to figure out where we've been or where we've gone. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay.
I have a pouch full of fairy dust I can leave on the ground behind us.
But you only have a little bit.
I only have a little bit.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's something you do along the way. So if we get lost and run along the wall, see if we've been to that location or not.
Sure. I could try I'm going to take my short sword and try doing a Z in the wall.
I have a pouch of 20 crossbow bolts. As we go, I'll one in the ground.
In the ground or in the wall?
In the ground.
Okay.
The walls are funky. The ground seems normal.
Or whatever. I guess
what's the ground? Is the ground rock?
Just enough to know that it's closer to the right
ground.
wall.
So the ground is the same soft, unnaturally soft dirt as you encountered previously. Mm-hmm. Your footprints look the same. You see the ones that you have made so far.
Okay. Still gonna leave the bolts every, let's say, 50 feet-ish.
I pull the magic beans out of my pocket.
Yeah, they're crossbow bolts.
Do they look any different from when I originally saw them?
They're the same.
Okay.
I'm just sticking them in the ground.
Okay.
You want to point them in the direction we're walking, so we can get a sense of which way
angle them maybe.
Yeah, I'll angle them in the direction, with the point going in the direction we came from, so we can get back to the beginning.
Okay.
I have 20 of them. I'll do it every 50-ish. 50 feet. We have 50 feet of rope, so the last person would be at the last. 30 feet.
Just a quick note. I verbally changed the riddle a little bit because I had left out a word.
Yeah.
He melts when succumbed to a special flame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd remember that, but I tested the firebolt anyway.
Okay.
You had the torch.
So I just wanted to say that before I forgot that I had changed that.
Special flame.
Special flame. So, I heard you guys talking about left versus right-handed, which
we also see front, right? So there's 3 paths possible from what we see.
From what you can see is what is lit.
Okay. So yes.
That's just me adding in what she corrected into the group chat.
Thank you.
Before we all forget.
You do not see a wall in front of you, but you also don't see one left or right.
Okay, wait. So we just came down some sort of tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Those walls end?
Mm-hmm. They have gone behind you.
Gone behind us.
You are now in much similarly to where you began. That you're in sort of an open space, and in front of you stands 2 lanterns.
Yeah, so we can't see the walls. We have to touch them.
Humor me for 1 second. Mm-hmm. I walk back.
Back
towards where we came from. Do I still find a tunnel back? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You could walk back out.
If I were to follow either of those walls left and right, they continue, or they become hedge, or this new dead hedge that we've encountered.
It continues. You can't see it, but it feels the same.
Okay.
Which one are you following?
Well, we are saying our characters are right-handed, so I'm gonna say let's keep our left hand on the wall.
Awesome.
Smart.
So we should follow the left hedge.
So we're heading. This confused.
So
but
you're putting
is
your
this a space, or are we heading this way?
that
That
way.
way.
inside.
That
What
way.
you're saying?
Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
what confused me because it looks like there's 3 paths. Is what I'm saying. Because this looks like a path 1, 2, 3. Is what I'm saying. 1, 2, 3.
No, the lanterns are
This is the only way
entrance.
in, and we're heading left.
Yeah.
Is what I. Okay. That's what I was wondering because I was like, this looks like a separate path here.
Oh, I'm sorry. This glowing is the edge of the light.
Light.
Thank
you.
I
I thought it was a
sorry.
wall.
No, I'm sorry. I also need it for it's my own
You're good.
reference.
Okay.
On my
I thought it
image.
was a
Yeah.
wall. Okay.
No, it is the edge of the light.
Left. It is.
Sorry.
So
To
we're
the left.
following the left.
To
Wall.
the left.
That's
Great.
my bad. I was confused.
Marching order.
I'm
So
left.
it's-
Crow in front, Ember at the back.
Yep.
You two
Tied
in
with
the middle?
rope.
Tied
and
together
then
with rope.
I
Yep.
think we'll do like a cross probably. Oh no, because we're all still touching the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because I
and
also
then-
said I think we should all keep a hand on the wall,
Yep.
which will help keep us in order and also together.
and I'm sweeping.
You're
You know,
sleeping.
I'm doing the
Bomb
stick
detection.
tap. Yeah.
I think Hunter third. It would probably be a good idea. Keep the 2 ranged folk in between the 2 melee folk, at least one of us, so we can.
Sounds great.
Awesome. So, as you go through, nothing changes with what you're able to see. You step into complete darkness.
Oh, I'm gonna keep especially with the after we're in complete darkness for like a minute or two, and my senses have gotten used to it. I'm going to be extra more perceptive towards anything else. I'm gonna pretty much like kill my sight.
Cool.
My rangerness is gonna go like I'm in hunting mode now, and what can I listen and hear? What can I hear and smell?
Cool, cool.
I will aid her.
Oh.
In
Yep.
smelling / hearing. You have advantage. You may roll again.
Thank you, because I think I'm just gonna.
What you got?
I got an 8.
Alright, and you are at the rear, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll wait for Ian to come back to roll our initial perception check, or our front perception
Initial
check.
It had to roll
Yeah.
something bad eventually.
Yeah, you're right.
It got me it got me some good ones to begin with.
I'll read this riddle again. Ah, no, but fucking Ringo's stupid.
Okay. Ember is telling you that it sounds like we need a special light.
You're the special flame.
That's cute.
That is cute.
That's cute.
So obviously that's not the answer
which-
because she's talking about it. So
Which may or may not have anything to do with the moon.
there's no moon. But I couldn't see shit. I rolled a 5.
There's no moon that we know of.
That's fair.
But that's the only thing that makes sense with Wax and Wayne.
Cute and will not be seen.
And flame doesn't necessarily have to be a flame.
It won't be seen.
Because there is a spell that's like moonbeam.
Mm-hmm.
But
I ain't got it.
Ember wouldn't know that. Only Jessica knows that.
Yeah.
Blinding is evocative of the sunlight, or like the burn from the sun. So there's something else here that is blinding enough to have an effect.
Yeah. But we're just gonna take our time and go through this and see what comes
Sorry, my
to
dog
pass.
is rude.
Friends, I'm starting to change my mind on the intentions of the Mace Keepers. It seems as though it's not anything to read more into than surface level, because I believe this is a very nice old-fashioned who's going to be the hero to escape. It's not testing us. We're not supposed to read between the lines. We're not supposed to deny it. I think we're just supposed to follow the clues, because my own paranoia was making me think that someone was trying to mislead us. So I'm trying to buy more into this.
Brute force it is.
Can I have you roll a perception check for me at disadvantage?
I agree.
Oh, that's not great.
Is it better than 8?
Disadvantage?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I rolled a 3.
Sorry,
Rolled the same
You're
that I
fine.
did.
Alright.
So it's either going to be a 5 or worse than a 5. It's a 5.
Okay. That makes sense because it's dark. So
You
as
rolled the same number I did, though.
and you are placing crossbow bolts. How
Yeah.
far apart?
Every 30 feet,
Okay.
I'm placing a crossbow bolt with the head facing in the direction we are traveling. I
Okay.
have 20, so that's 600 feet that we can travel.
Okay.
Every 30 feet.
So as you and just for reference, if you cross over one of your previous crossbow bolts, will you pick it up and change the direction?
If I cross over it,
For
Like,
example,
if
if,
I
you
come-
If we
pass
go to
back
a
over
dead
it-
end and come
let
back.
me ask you this.
Let's
'Cause-
walk, and we'll come to
Yeah,
we'll come
we'll-
to the question
Yeah.
when it appears.
Please do.
All right. So as you have your left hand on the wall, you make your way. It is very, very disorienting to be in the dark.
Which is why my first roll sucked.
Yep. You are in a completely different realm. You are treading carefully. Do you want to be stealthy, or are you just taking your time?
Personally, I think
Isn't stealthy taking more time? Like, it's good, right?
In theory, yeah.
Like, are you guys trying to be quiet? Are you taking the time to be?
I'm not.
I'm naturally a little stealthy, but I don't think we really need to be.
Okay.
The unfortunate part is we all have to go as fast as Crow is. Because he's leading and we're all tied to each other.
And I, as the as the fighter with no sense of stealth, am not trying to be
Okay.
stealthy.
I feel like we're just trying to be more cautious and make
Right.
sure that we stay together and
Right.
follow the path instead of stealthing.
Perfect.
So, now that being said, I'm also not going around
Right.
screaming.
You're not. Yeah. So you're not
What,
running.
Travis?
Go ahead, Travis.
Oh, I was just saying, the riddle mentioned that there is enemies or villains or whatever that the darkness is hiding. So, I mean, it would behoove us to be stealthy, because I think that's also us taking even more time, being more patient. But it's up to you guys if you don't want to do that. If you think it's going to take too long.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna fail that check. So
Okay.
that's
While we're going as well, just every once in a while, I just want to test it once. After a couple bolts ish, I want to fire another fire bolt, just with left hand on the wall, just straight across.
Okay.
Does it hit anything, or does it disappear? Like as soon as it goes from my finger, is it gone?
You do not see the light of your firebolt.
Okay.
does
That
he,
answers my
Good, because
question.
I was
Do you
afraid that
feel
was
the
going to ruin
heat
my
from
night
the
vision.
Yeah.
Do I
Can you-
feel the arcane like expulsion?
Yes.
So it's going.
It happens. Can you make a perception check at disadvantage for me, please?
Sure. Why not? Why not? Perception 20.
At
No, disadvantage 18.
You have a plus 4.
I do have a +4 to perception. Yes. There's one thing I'm good at.
Nice.
it's singing and shooting.
That's what I'm good at, too.
Literally.
Yeah. You feel it leave your hand, and you hear it hit the opposite side
Okay.
of a similar sized pathway to what you've been traveling in.
Okay.
So, as you guys continue along your left-handed track, you do come across a few of your own crossbow bolts.
A few. When we come to the first one,
what direction is the arrow facing? The arrowhead. Because I'm facing it in the direction that we traveled. When we come to the first one, are we straight on it? Like, we would have continued in the same, like a circular path?
No, you would have encountered it.
So, is it...
It is facing opposite the direction you're traveling. You have come back. You've hit a dead end and returned. And you would have felt that in your turn.
Gotcha.
Like in the way you've done this now for a turn of the maze. It's been a day, but you do notice that you seem to have gone around a dead end.
Okay. I will pick up that crossbow bolt, replace it with a dagger.
The first one?
The one that we have just re-encountered.
How many daggers do you have?
I have 2. But the first... So...
You're trying to place a dagger at like where the path converges and on a T, and that's not what she's asking.
Gotcha. So we hit a dead end and we came back. I just encountered the one
we
just
did
put.
we did
Yeah,
this.
you probably just
Okay.
encountered the one you just put down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should just turn it around.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you real fast
stick it
you are going
straight
to run
up.
out of bolts real fast.
Okay.
Or
You guys
just
are covering
or
a
just-
lot of
No,
ground.
I get it.
Or just pick it up because it's a dead end. We're trying to make sure we're not get lost. So if we found a dead end, it's not really a place we need to come back to.
You have already placed 12 arrows.
Okay. Let me remove that from my thing.
Damn.
And I'm going to...
It's taken some time.
Yeah. I'm going to, on that one, I'm going to, on that dagger, with my dagger, can I cut a piece of my pant leg off and tie it to the end of the...
Where? Which?
on the bolt. The bolt that we just re-encountered, I'm going to...
Sure.
He's gonna flag it so he knows.
I'm gonna
it's
flag
dead
it
end.
so that if we've been here.
You were going to re-encounter.
But now I know that we're re-encountering.
Yep. So you
Yeah.
have. Yep.
So I'm not
you've-
gonna do it again. But I've spent 12,
Okay.
and I've cut off a piece of my pants.
Okay. So you're not gonna pick it up.
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it. And
Okay.
I'm gonna remove 12.
That is going to happen 5 more times.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it again.
So that means we hit a dead end, and there's 5. You're flagging the one at the end of the
That
dead end.
ended it. Yes.
Just making sure.
Yeah. And we don't encounter any breaks in the wall before.
Nope.
After 5.
You hit your 5th one.
Okay.
When you re-encounter your 5th one, you are going to start to turn around the wall again, and it is going to be.
Okay. So
With between the 4 of you, you can tell that it is a 180-degree turn.
Okay. So we traveled a total of 210 plus 150 feet. So we traveled, what, 320 feet and came back 150.
Yeah. So we essentially.
So
did.
we have come to another break.
And you have returned. You are still. Actually, yeah, you've come to another break, and around. You would encounter one more of yours at that junction.
Okay.
So we came back to our first T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, because
no.
if I place 12 daggers, that means we're not all the way backwards.
Bolts.
Is this,
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
kind of?
You're back on 6.
I feel like we did this.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
came in,
So we're
went
not-
up here,
we're not
turned
back at the
around, and
entrance.
then-
A 180
But we're back at our
degree
first
turn,
T.
So you are encircling this wall.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Well, so we
So
came
it's like
here
this.
and we placed from this point.
Yeah.
I placed 12.
Mm-hmm.
And we came
So-
back 5. So we're
I did
still.
not say that they were in a straight line. Before you encountered your own dagger or your own bolts again,
If I'm standing, how far can I see?
you cannot see.
We can't.
Okay.
You can see 0.
So we wouldn't have encountered any of our bolts. Because if it's a 20-foot 20
He's got his scythe. He's swiping to
but it's
get
not
out.
20 feet.
No, it's not.
So there's no way we wouldn't have encountered any of them. So I've lost
I'm-
them, haven't cut my pants. We haven't encountered any of our bolts.
if we're on the
I would have
wall,
kept placing them.
yeah,
What do you mean?
All right.
because
I
it's
was-
not.
I was-
It's not 10. It's not a.
With my power of being the DM, I was going to be kind and let you find your own bolts, but I am happy to rule it otherwise. If that is how-
I'm realizing now. We wouldn't have seen them.
Yeah, this is.
I
this was a
counting
really great
your-
idea if we were only dealing with a 10-foot
Yeah.
wide
Yeah.
thing. but
So
we're not.
I was going to let you find them again.
So.
You are out of bolts by
Yep.
the time you
All
get
right.
back. You're out of bolts. You
Yeah.
have
Okay.
yeah. All right.
I'm
This
gonna.
was one of those great in theory, flawed in
Okay,
practice.
So
And I'm just gonna drop my crossbow.
okay.
No point in carrying it.
But aside from that, if this is the opening,
We've done this
We've-
essentially.
yeah,
We're
but
on
not
this
from
curve here.
but not from the opening where we came
shit.
we came down another T somewhere.
As far as I know, we've just hit our first T.
Yes.
So
But well, technically the opening is a T.
yeah, sure, but yeah, so it's like this essentially.
Yes. No.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
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 We have both drawn the same
So-
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
As you are
And now that we've discussed how that wouldn't have worked, we're never gonna know anymore.
Yep.
Choo-choo. As you are continuing along, you do see that you are coming closer to the flickering light. It's not you're not significantly closer, you got much closer, and then you got farther again. So you do have a little bit of relative sense that you have gone to one direction. You have there's a little beacon that you're able to follow and see where you are. So I'm assuming that you will continue to walk along the wall until running into something. What is their criteria for stopping?
Well, I mean, seeing something or getting hit by something, really.
Something
But
stopping us
Anything.
or
Yeah.
finding
Okay.
some sort
But-
of light flame.
can I make some sort of check, maybe a intelligence or insight, to see if and I know it's going to be hard because we're in the dark, but does it feel like this maze mirrors the one we went through?
No.
Above?
It is different.
Okay.
It
it's
is
like,
very different.
got it. I was just trying to see if the pattern was like the same.
It seems so where that one had a lot of long stretches, it does still feel a little bit circular, where that one was also circular.
Right.
But it does not have the long stretches the
Okay.
way where that one had probably 500, 600 feet
Gotcha.
before you hit anything, or even considered. This is closer to probably 100 feet before it's turning again.
Sure.
So
Have we been down here long enough that I can re-roll my perception? Or have we been walking long enough that I can re-roll my perception? Am I more accustomed to the darkness?
you're starting to get your bearings a little bit. What I'm going to do, instead of having you re-roll every time, I'm just going to add a little bit to it as you get a little bit more. So since you started out very disoriented, it's going to be a slow increase, but I think that's going to be a much more reasonable route because,
Reasonable change.
especially
Yeah.
because I don't want you to roll lower is really what I'm going for. I don't want you to roll
No,
lower
it
than
makes
you
total
might
sense,
have
yeah.
gained. Okay? So as you go along, you do find that you're hitting a couple more turns. You're getting a little bit more. You're feeling where you are. You have started to orient yourself to this little beacon that you've found. And you are totally out of crossbow boats. You're totally...
Yeah. No, I threw it down.
Yeah. Ringo's a little frustrated.
Ringo is
He
confused.
really thought he had an idea.
He really did.
But he has abandoned that idea.
It was a great idea. Just
It's a really cool idea.
yeah.
Thank you. No, I really appreciate the ball fondling, but it really didn't work out.
So
I don't know.
It wasn't a
I don't
good
know
idea.
what you're talking about.
yeah.
Teacher says this isn't just any darkness. This is advanced darkness.
Advanced dark.
This is a 300 level darkness.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm only level 299. Fuck.
All right. So as you continue along, it takes a little while. You're moving at a slow pace, but you do find yourselves arriving toward this flickering light. Woohoo!
What color is it?
It is orange. It does appear to be firelight. It is a flame. It seems a little bit different. It moves a little slower. it's not quite as... It's a little bit unnatural, but it does still seem like fire. And
Mage hand.
as...
Give it a try. Same thing as the first 2 torches. Can I grab it?
I did not say it was a torch.
Okay,
I
it's
was
just
not
fire.
finished with my description.
Okay.
Because you hadn't quite approached it yet. So,
We're closer.
so as you come around your last corner into the space where this firelight has appeared, it appears to be a mantle, a fireplace mantle that there is. It almost appears like an altar of some sort, that there is a flame, a small campfire type flame at the base. It's reflecting up along a stone wall, which around it on little small shelves up the wall are candles. Some of them are lit. Most of them going up the wall. They're out of your reach, but they are lit. There are a few on the ground that are unlit. And, they're your sort of standard table candle. Some of them are wide, some are small, they're all of varying sizes. You see a couple little tea lights. It's an unusual sight. It's not something you would expect to see. Doesn't seem to be necessarily an altar so much as it's a warm space. You do...
Is it actually warm?
Sure. It's not hot, but it's comfortable.
Warmer being by the fire?
Yeah.
Okay. Then away
And-
from the fire?
Yeah, sure. It interacts very much like a fireplace. It's not hot. It's sort of the way that a gas fireplace would interact. Like, it's not, you have to get up close to it to feel warm. What you do notice is that there are a few places to take a seat. There are benches of, wooden benches that it seems a place to rest.
Oh, give me the riddle again. We found it.
You have it.
No. The other one that I never got a picture of, and I asked it like 4 times.
I'm sorry.
Just the
I want to pick
The
up
place.
a candle.
yeah,
You'll find a shady seat.
shady seat.
One will light the way you seek. The other will aid you when you feel weak.
It will. We found our shady seat. It will light the way we seek.
Okay.
We found our shady seat to light the way we seek.
He's just sitting there repeating that.
Just sitting on the bench.
About it.
It's like, you guys!
Can I mage hand a candle?
Sure.
Yes.
A particular
It has it?
candle.
A big
Yeah.
one. One that looks
A
like
big
it,
one?
like a long one, so that it might maybe if the wick might burn a long time.
Sure.
And light it with
Yep.
firebolt.
It lights.
It lights.
Oh, and you can see around you.
Oh,
Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
I'm
In
gonna
the
say-
space, and you are all sort of like momentarily a little bit blind
Okay.
coming around that corner because it is much brighter. So, because it is so bright, you can't see a difference in what you've
Yeah.
picked up.
Can I can move it up to 60 feet away from me.
Yep.
So can I start moving it back towards where we came? Does the light remain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
Let me hang on. Can I have y'all close your eyes for 1
Yep.
second? Thank you. There we go. All right. Okay, you're good. Thank you.
I pick up as many candles as I can hold. No.
I'd like to get the fattest one I can find.
Okay.
Like big, reasonably tall, but also big and fat.
Mhm.
I'll light it with the special fire.
Great.
And then I'm going to take my pumpkin stem and just like mash it onto the pumpkin stem.
Wait. I'm gonna put it inside your pumpkin head.
He has a head inside the pumpkin head, right?
Yeah, I have.
Your head was the pumpkin head.
My head is the pumpkin head, but also like if you put it like in here, I'm just gonna see like
He's gonna be blind.
I'm gonna be. I still can't see because there's just gonna be like light in my face. So yeah, I'm gonna stick it to the top of my stem here, so that and the idea of it being fatter is so that it'll
Yeah,
just
it'll
kind of
do it,
like.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna sit down.
you're sitting. You feel like warm and the little bit of fatigue that you've worked up from walking, from carrying the pieces of the cross fades as you sit and as you rest for a little while. I'm sorry I knocked you over, Crow.
It's okay. I just noticed.
I'm gonna call the rest of them over to sit. Feels nice, guys. Sit down.
I'll bring my candle with me, and I'm gonna extinguish it just for the moment.
Okay.
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
So I'm not wasting it.
So yeah, we're not wasting the wax. That's
Oh. Has it, in the time that I've lit, has it melted at all?
It doesn't seem to. You can see that it's burning, but it's very slow. If it is diminishing the actual shape of the candle, it's very, very, very slow. You'll notice the candles on the wall are the same shape. They're the same size as the ones that are on the ground, and they don't seem to be deteriorating. It doesn't seem like there's anyone that's coming to keep them up or replace them. It seems that they keep their own.
Okay.
yeah. I'll sit next to you, and then while I'm doing that, I'd like to see if there's any sort of like iconography or symbology around anywhere.
It does not appear to be an altar. If you want to make a religion check, I will be honest with you, you won't find anything. That's one of my if it was related to your outside world, it doesn't. There's nothing
Sure,
here.
but there's no like
It doesn't
etched symbols or anything that
it's-
even would
yeah.
identify it as a place.
It doesn't seem to be anything special.
So according to the map you just showed us, we are at a dead end.
Yes. So that is the wall that you're facing. The wall that you're facing with the fire on it.
So sitting here, taking in my surroundings.
Yep.
I'm guessing that the ambient light is only lighting the way that we came from because we're at a dead end.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna burn a sorcery point to regain a first level spell, and then cast detect magic.
The fire appears to be magical.
The candles themselves.
It is. Yeah, I
Are
mean,
they also-
everything around you that is pertaining to this fire does appear to have either some kind of enchantment or it is just a magical essence.
Anything else that's different, glaring
Make a perception check for me.
That's a natural 20 plus 4.
Yeah, it is.
That's 3 natural 20s tonight.
All on
you-
looking about things.
So with your detect magic, you notice that the walls are not magical in the same way.
Okay.
They're not necessarily a different
Yeah.
magic, but they, and as you guys have noticed that your hands don't go through them, it's not giving off the same magic.
It's not like the displacement. It's a different sort of.
There's magic
it seems
there,
to
but
be
it's not the
protected.
Okay.
I don't. This is 3 sessions later, haven't looked up the types of magic and what they're going to be. I'll just tell you.
I
what
like
it
your
does.
descriptions.
It's easier.
There's
It
9
just
of them. Who knows?
for this purpose, it seems to be protected, but it is not the enchanted type magic that the other ones were.
Makes you feel any better. I've been playing with a guy who's been playing for 40 years of his life, and he still couldn't name them all off.
Good. Okay. So, just to keep us going, is there anything else you'd like to do in this space, or are you going to continue your same left hand along the wall pathway?
Well, at this point, if we have the candles, do we actually have some illumination as to where we're going when we step into the?
I did test that.
Yeah.
With the
So it does.
candle.
It does follow.
Still think we should stick with our left hand along the wall.
Sure.
Because we don't know, without that continuing, we don't know which paths we've actually gone down that we will start seeing.
I agree.
Can we check do we leave footprints? Can we check the footprints, or do we leave marks in the dirt now because we can see it?
So you see that you make footprints in the space that you can see. It is the same kind of dirt that you encountered before, which when you were no longer able to see your footprints, they disappeared.
Right.
That is now 3 sessions ago, or 2 sessions ago, several months. But just to reiterate that, your in the previous dirt, your footprints disappeared.
literally video game footprints where after a certain draw distance they just go, I'm not rendering that anymore.
Does my thaumaturgy make these flames go brighter?
Yeah, you can make these brighter. You can make them flicker.
And if
To a
it's
certain
brighter, does it
extent.
actually extend farther in the darkness? Can we see more?
For the time being that your spell is up, sure. It would not be a lasting effect. You know, you can kind of blast it a little bit brighter, but it still does not extend your distance any farther than the edges of the walls. Like, you can't see up over the walls necessarily with the light. It's still, you know, you still get probably about... Thank you. That one is going to be a lot less important. For right now.
You are here.
In the light. So you can make it a little bit brighter. If you're standing at the edge, you'd see the light expand a little bit, but not in a significant way or a lasting way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna grab a candle, put my hand on the left side of the wall going out, because we came in on the left side, and since we're at a dead end, I know which side is the left side going out, and it's the one near the bottom of the screen, not the top of the screen.
And I'll take as many candles as I can fit in my thing, just in case.
All right.
Couple, 2,
Great.
3.
Add 3.
3. Yeah.
3 medium-sized candles.
I'm just gonna take the one.
Okay.
I'll take an extra one and leave the one in my head burning.
Great.
And then we'll start going down, I guess.
I'm looking. I grabbed like a regular size.
Yeah, they
candle.
don't
Nothing
seem to
too
make...
big, nothing too small. Because if I can look at all those and what doesn't look like they've burned down, then I don't see the point in taking anything.
They don't seem to make a difference in how much light they shed based on the size. They are all about the same wick. Mm-hmm. It just is...
Candle's
seems...
a candle no matter how wide or tall or short.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do we lose Travis? I think we lost Travis.
Uh-oh. But we could also then, you could leave them somewhere.
What?
You could also leave them as why I'm taking a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case. Or we could light it and throw it to see somewhere ahead of us or in an area is the big thing.
That's fine.
That's my thinking.
Are you going to continue along your wall?
Yeah.
Travis is...
Can my Drake hold my candle?
Sure. If you give him your candle.
And
He
still
holds it
hang
in
out
his
on my
mouth.
shoulder?
Yeah, he can hold it in his mouth. It's a little awkward. I'm assuming you'll have him face it away from your face. Yeah. Be careful of your hair.
So I could still have a hand on a weapon or near a weapon when I need it, and a hand on the wall. I don't have 3 hands.
You can all as you exit the circle of light, you are able to see each other.
This is cool.
It is cool.
Thanks. I'm really excited about this. I've been waiting for y'all to get here. I'm sorry, Travis.
Travis!
Oh no!
He gone.
He's gone.
Oh,
I mean, I just had this. I had this map that was going to be completely useless on my thing, so I was like, I need to make it into something. So I made it a cactus with a hat.
That's fair.
I like it.
My next Warforge, I guess, will be a cactus with a hat.
I'm just excited that we found the second shady seat. Like, I'm stoked about this.
Yeah. I was really hoping you'd catch on. But so you are able to see one another. Your visible distance, I'm sorry, I don't know how to make it so that you can't see the other spaces, but you as characters can only see within the space you're standing.
Sure.
I just couldn't make it. I am not skilled enough with this program to make it so that it tracks the size of the space. That was going to be insane. So you can see currently within the path that you've followed. But yeah, so I'll have you guys continue along.
Yeah.
And I will. Oh, come on.
Still continuing to the left.
Yeah. I mean, might as
Continuing
well.
with your hand on the left wall. So you're gonna follow along this way, and you're gonna hit another dead end.
Nothing down there.
Nothing down there. Well, I mean, do you want to check it out?
I mean, I've got my tech magic up still, unless it's been an hour.
No. I mean, how long did y'all sit?
Not long.
Not long.
Unless we wanted to take some sort of rest if we felt it would be.
I feel like I would have stayed sitting until the feeling of relaxedness went away. Or until
what happened.
So if it was anything like the other campfire area, I'm going to guess an hour at the most.
Okay. Yeah, but you guys, you had not...
we didn't really go do combat or anything else, so I think it was more just like, okay, I feel more relaxed. I don't know. It could have been a half an hour. Could have been less.
I'm trying to call Thomas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so nothing magical besides the walls and our gear at the end of this hallway.
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
We'll see.
We'll get him.
I don't want to get too far without him.
Right.
That's my concern.
Agreed.
Well, I mean, we also have 7 minutes before I gotta kind of take off. So.
Oh.
Yeah, it takes about 15 minutes to get over there from here.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
in that case, just
since he does.
I've got whatever 15 plus 7 is.
22.
Don't ask me to do math.
I'm not asking you. I did it for you.
Don't tell me I can't do math.
I had no intention of doing it.
I'm being difficult
We've
for the
lost
sake
Travis.
of being difficult.
I texted him. He hasn't responded here.
Okay.
Everything's okay. I'll stay
Exploded.
here in this chat for now for him, just in case.
His phone probably died.
That Instagram that I just sent you just randomly kind of works in with...
I love that. Okay. For purpose of this moment, since we have lost connection to one of our party members, I'll walk you guys through the next couple steps, and he can come back to watch this later.
Yeah.
Perks of streaming and keeping track of all this. So you'll see. So you do hit the end. You do not see with detect magic. You don't see anything at the end of this. If you want to investigate further, you can. But there's nothing pinging.
Yeah.
Nothing pinging right now. So you'll continue back around your dead end. You'll come back, and right around here, you will find your crossbow that you dropped.
The crossbow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Pick it up.
I'm glad you did, because I was going to be like, oh, free crossbow.
So it's got my initials graved in it. Ringo. It just says R.
Your initial.
Yeah.
Ringo, it's backwards.
And
Can't
you
write.
do see your row of
Bolts.
bolts.
Okay. I'll pick up the next 3 that we encounter. If we encounter a couple, I'll pick
You
up.
would encounter one where you put your crossbow down.
Okay.
And then one more ahead of you at this junction.
Mm-hmm.
And to your right, you'll see one. And again,
Is
to
that
your
just
forward.
your stylus moving that? Oh my god, that's dope!
Yeah, I'll just pick up 2 in the crossbow.
I'll show you how I do it later. Once we've gone through it, I'll show
I
you.
don't care,
It's
I love
really
it.
fucking cool.
I love it. It's great.
This is what I've been waiting for you guys to get to.
I thought you were doing like layers and pictures like you were on the first one until I just saw it move with you and I was like,
Yeah, right.
magic wand bullshit. What?
So you do find your crossbows.
Yeah.
You would see that they continue up
Easily
around that
entertained.
corner and ahead of you as well.
Okay.
They are all facing toward you.
Yeah.
Actually, well,
Yeah, as
to
expected.
backtrack, would you have been replacing, since you hadn't encountered your own ones, you would have been replacing them, correct? So if you traveled along this wall, you placed one
Yeah.
here, you
And
go
going
went
forward.
around, but there would have been another one. Whoops, here, correct? Like you
Yeah.
didn't stop.
Yeah,
So you
'cause we
would have
didn't have
encountered
Because we
So
would
I
have
one
have 3
here.
now.
one here, and then there would be one facing that way here,
Yeah.
and one facing this way there.
I'm not gonna bother going way out of line to pick up more, so I'll have 3 then.
Yep.
2,
Sounds right.
Yeah.
3, yeah. You probably in this space you probably would have seen 4.
4. All right, I got 4.
Okay. I'm assuming that you guys are still within your line. So
Yeah.
your line,
I'm not.
depending on how far apart you are, this circle, I'm giving you guys about a 60-foot radius.
I mean, I got
diameter.
I think that's fair.
Just because you've spread yourselves out.
because
If
we've got 50
closer-
feet of rope and then our own reach at 5 feet at both ends, so that
Exactly.
makes
well, on
sense.
top of the fact that you have to actually expend the rope to tie around us, which is
Exactly.
probably
So
5 feet
each
per person.
I also
candle-
have another 50 feet.
Yeah,
so we
each
got
candle gives you about a 10-foot, very similar to a torch.
Yeah.
It behaves much the same way.
Okay.
That it's got about 10
10
feet
foot
of bright
good,
light,
20
feet
dim.
dim.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of drop off around the outside, but nothing additional that you'll see.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm
So-
assuming our line is about 40 feet, though, give
Yeah.
or take.
Yeah,
We-
so you
and we
guys have
should-
about 10 feet of bright light on either.
Yeah.
10, 15
Okay.
Yeah.
We should stay tied up because I'm not discounting the fact that these things will get extinguished in
Yeah.
a fight or
I never said we untied ourselves.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm just
Just like my theory
setting
of
the precedent.
stay on the, keep touching the left wall.
All right.
Awesome. So
Let's-
you'll
let's keep-
continue along, and you'll wind up back at the beginning of this maze. You'll find your...
Stop momentarily to look at the entrance and just go. And then keep going.
Hi, Travis.
Travis!
I'm so glad I chose
I'm
left
so
first, though.
technologically deficient.
It's okay.
My computer broke over when I was on my vacation last week, or 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
And
really?
so I'm using a desktop, and of course I don't have like a brick, and my phone dies, so I have to wait for it to start up. It's just
It's
making
okay.
do.
We've
Making
come
do.
to... So you guys traveled back, basically back along the way that you came, and have returned to the entrance of the maze. I think it's really hard for you to see on this screen right now.
I get it. No, I
Let me
think.
see if... Can you see the green lines?
No, I can't see the green lines.
Okay. There's a lot more detail than I think you're going to be able to see. Since
They're
we
good clear
are...
lighting.
So, Ian, I know you had said you wanted to sort of get ready to go. Since we have come back to where we started, and Travis, I don't want to diminish your experience because you can't see the maze. We've come back to sort of where we started and a place that you now can see where you're going. I feel like this is sort of a reasonable stopping place
Yeah,
for
sure.
the next time. So let's
it's a
call
very
it
exciting
here.
part of the story. I can't wait to be more lively next time.
Yeah, right.
It's a little tricky, but thank you for indulging me.
Yeah, of course. No, I'm glad you were still able to join us. So we'll call it here. This is it's a good place to take a pause. I don't want to get too much farther and leave you